The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. In a world that wakes us with noise, notifications, headlines, messages, Stoicism offers something quietly revolutionary: a return to clarity, to calm, to control. We live in a time where peace is rare, attention is currency, and burnout is common. But imagine this: waking up tomorrow with a mind that feels centered, not scattered, not overwhelmed, but strong, still. This video isn't about hustling harder or waking up at 4 a.m. with 10 alarms. It's about waking up with intention, with dignity, with a mindset rooted in ancient wisdom, but tuned for the noise of today. Because mornings matter. The first 30 minutes of your day can shape the next 15 hours. How you start determines how you respond, how you lead, how you feel. The Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, they weren't obsessed with performance. They were obsessed with perspective, with what is in your control. And that, they believed, is where your freedom lives. These 10 morning habits aren't about perfection. They're about practice. Each one is a small doorway into a calmer, wiser, more resilient version of yourself. So take a breath, close the mental tabs, and listen, not just with ears, but with presence. Let this be the moment your mornings, and maybe your life, begin to change. Let's begin. The world has changed, but the human mind hasn't. We still crave peace, meaning, direction, and in the chaos of modern life, endless scrolling, comparison, uncertainty, Stoicism gives us a timeless answer. You can't control the world, but you can control how you meet it. Stoicism isn't about becoming emotionless. It's about becoming unshakable. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal, not for followers, but for himself, reminders to stay grounded, to not be pulled by anger, ego, or distraction. He ruled an empire, but knew the real battlefield was within. Seneca warned that we suffer more in imagination than in reality, that our fears grow when we forget our power. Epictetus, born a slave, taught that true freedom comes not from possessions, but from perspective. In 2025, we need this more than ever. Because the new war isn't with swords, it's with screens, notifications, comparison, doubt. Imagine this. Instead of waking up and reaching for your phone, you reach inward. Instead of letting someone else's life trigger you, you anchor into your own. Instead of absorbing chaos, you create calm. This is what Stoicism trains you for, not to avoid problems, but to face them with strength, with stillness, with purpose. And it starts in the morning, not by chance, but by choice. Because those first 15 minutes, they're sacred. They're where your day and your mindset are shaped. So remember, you are not your inbox. You are not your to-do list. You are what you return to. And Stoicism asks you to return to yourself. Let's move into the first habit and start shaping mornings that create a life of calm, clarity, and the alarm goes off. You open your eyes, and in that moment, you are standing at a crossroads. Will this day be lived with intention or on autopilot? The Stoics believed that every day is a fresh scroll, a clean slate, a sacred chance to show up on purpose. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself each morning, At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I am rising to do the work of a human being. You are not just waking up to go through the motions. You are waking up to live and to live well. In today's world, the second we wake up, we're hit with pressure, notifications, demands, noise. But waking up with purpose means claiming your morning before the world gets a hold of it. It means creating a buffer between your consciousness and the chaos. Even if it's just 5 minutes of silence, even if it's a single breath, a journal entry, or a glass of water, done mindfully, this is your moment to decide what kind of energy you bring into the day, to remind yourself of what actually matters, to ask, what's my intention today? Not a task list, not a sprint, but a direction. And when you start your day with direction, everything else follows. You move with focus, you speak with clarity, you act with courage. The pressure doesn't disappear, but you meet it differently. You're not reacting, you're leading. Waking up with purpose is not about being productive. It's about being present. So tomorrow, before you grab your phone, grab your mind. Ask yourself, why am I here today? Who do I want to be when the day ends? What one thing can I do, just one, that would make this day meaningful? Purpose doesn't arrive with fanfare. It arrives with quiet choices. And it begins the moment you open your eyes. Let that moment count. Discipline starts the night before. The Stoics prepared not just for battle, but for rest. And they knew how you end your day is how you begin the next. Seneca wrote, "The mind must be given rest. It must be allowed to recover from its labors." Yet, in our modern lives, night is no longer a signal to slow down. It's a second shift. More scrolling, more content, more noise. But if you want calm mornings, you need intentional evenings. Discipline doesn't begin at sunrise. It begins the night before, when you choose to value recovery as much as output. Think about it. Are you ending your night by feeding your mind with clutter? Or are you emptying it, clearing the runway for tomorrow's clarity? Here's a truth the Stoics lived by. You cannot rise with purpose if you fall with chaos. So what can you do? Make nighttime sacred. Turn off your screens 30 minutes earlier. Dim the lights. Write down your worries, goals, and thoughts. Prepare your space so your mind doesn't have to prepare your day in panic. Marcus Aurelius would often reflect on the day. What did I do well? What can I do better? What lesson did life teach me today? This isn't perfection, it's presence. A Stoic evening is not a checklist. It's a ritual, a signal to the mind and body. We are safe, we are done, we are allowed to rest. You don't need 10 steps, just one consistent signal. Maybe it's a cup of tea, maybe it's 5 minutes of stillness, maybe it's silence. Because tomorrow's clarity starts with tonight's closure. Let the world rush. You reset, and when the sun rises again, you'll meet it not with resistance, but with readiness. Discipline doesn't start in the morning. It starts the moment you choose to protect your peace the night before. Begin with silence, not stimulation. Most people begin their mornings plugged into the world. You begin by plugging into yourself. The Stoics knew the power of silence. It's not emptiness, it's space. Space to observe, to reset, to remember. what matters before the world tells you what does. When your eyes open, give yourself 2 minutes of nothing. No talking, no tapping, no tasks. Just breathe and listen to the room, to your thoughts, to what's already present inside you. Epictetus said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Silence isn't passive, it's preparation. It's the mental armor you wear before stepping into battle. You're not avoiding the world. You're aligning with yourself before meeting it. Instead of reaching for your phone, reach for stillness. Sit at the edge of your bed. Place a hand on your chest. Feel your breath. Feel your aliveness. Ask yourself, what am I grateful for? What do I need to release? What does this day deserve from me? Start your day not by consuming, but by connecting. Silence is the first power move of the day, and those who claim it reclaim their mind. So don't rush, don't scroll, don't escape. Begin with silence, and you begin with strength. Let's continue. Journal like a Stoic emperor. Marcus Aurelius wasn't writing for fame. His meditations were never meant to be published. They were private reflections, a conversation with himself, an exercise in self-honesty. That's the power of Stoic journaling. It's not about how good your writing is. It's about how honest it is. In the morning, your mind is soft clay, still quiet, not yet shaped by the day. And that's exactly when you need to meet it, with intention. Open your journal and ask the questions that matter. What do I fear today? What can I control today? What virtue do I want to embody today? Journaling is how you speak to the part of you that isn't on display. The part that remembers your values when the world tries to distract you from them. Seneca once wrote, "We should bring ourselves to book each day," meaning reflect, review, recalibrate. You don't need a leather-bound notebook. You need 5 minutes and honesty. Write about your resistance. Write about your goals. Write about the kind of person you want to be before the noise tells you who to be, because the world will try to script your day. Stoic journaling is how you write your own script first. Make it simple. Make it consistent. Make it yours. And remember, this isn't for likes, it's for clarity. This isn't performance, it's presence. You are the author of your mind, and each morning journaling helps you take back the pen. Write something that matters, even if it's just to you. Begin with what you can control. The world will throw 1,000 variables at you the moment you wake up. Emails, messages, weather, traffic, opinions. The Stoics remind us, your power doesn't lie in changing them. Your power lies in how you meet them. So when your feet touch the floor in the morning, ask, what is fully mine to command today? It might be the tone of your first thought, the speed of your breath, the way you greet the people you love, what you choose to say no to. This is the foundation of inner peace. Not control over others, but control over yourself. Epictetus said, "Some things are up to us, and some are not." And when you accept this truth deeply, you stop wasting energy where it doesn't belong. You stop arguing with reality. You start flowing with it. Make a simple list every morning. What's within my control today? What's not? And direct your effort only toward the first. The rest, let it pass like weather, because a Stoic doesn't chase calm. A Stoic creates it by mastering where their energy goes. Let this be your daily reset. Return to your zone of power. Return to your calm. Begin with what you can control and build the rest from there. Train your focus with a single task. In a world of constant tabs, pings and feeds, attention is rebellion. The Stoics believed that focus was a form of integrity, because where your attention goes, your life follows. In the morning, choose one task, not 5, not multitasking, just one. Pour your whole self into it. Even if it's small, making coffee, writing a sentence, tidying a room. Because how you do the first thing sets the rhythm for the rest. Seneca said, "To be everywhere is to be nowhere, so be here, fully." This is how you train your mind like a muscle, not with complexity, but with presence. Put your phone away. Turn off background noise and devote yourself to one thing, because if you start your day distracted, you teach your mind to chase chaos. But if you start with full focus, you teach your mind to return to clarity. This isn't about productivity, it's about power. And focus? That's your superpower. You stop arguing with reality. You start flowing with it. Make a simple list every morning. What's within my control today? What's not? And direct your effort only toward the first. The rest, let it pass like weather. Because a Stoic doesn't chase calm. A Stoic creates it by mastering where their energy goes. Let this be your daily reset. Return to your zone of power. Return to your calm. Begin with what you can control and build the rest from there. Read one line that grounds you. You don't need a full book to change your mind. Sometimes one sentence is enough. The Stoics lived by short lines of deep wisdom because they were reminders, not lectures. Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." And Epictetus reminded, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." These aren't just quotes, they're anchors. So each morning, read one. Sit with it. Let it echo. Let it become the filter through which you meet your day. Write it on your mirror. Whisper it while brushing your teeth. Keep it in your notes app. Doesn't matter. What matters is that it guides your mind back to truth. Because one true line revisited daily is more powerful than 100 empty affirmations. Let the Stoics speak into your morning. Let them remind you who you really are. Visualize obstacles, not perfection. Every morning, most people visualize a perfect day. The Stoics did the opposite. They practiced premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of adversity, not to become pessimists, but to become prepared. Marcus Aurelius would say, "Today you will meet people who are selfish, arrogant, deceitful, jealous, and rude. But remember, they are like that because they lack understanding." He didn't hope for ease. He trained for resistance. So before your day begins, imagine it pushing back. The train runs late. Your co-worker snaps. Your plan falls apart. Now imagine responding with calm, with clarity, with grace. This is how Stoics built their mental armor, not by wishing for peace, but by preparing for storms. Because if you've already faced the worst in your mind, the real thing can't shake you. This habit won't make your day perfect, but it will make you unshakable, and that's what Stoicism is about. Win the morning, release the outcome. You've done the work. You've cleared the noise, grounded your mind, set the tone. Now, let go, because Stoicism isn't about controlling the whole day. It's about mastering your response to it. Epictetus said, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." You're not responsible for every outcome, only your effort, only your attitude. After your morning habits, release expectation, detach from how things should go, embrace how they actually unfold. You will face interruptions, plans will shift, moods will change, but that doesn't make your morning practice a failure. It makes it a foundation. Return to your breath, return to your principles. That's the Stoic way. Do your duty, then let it go, because freedom doesn't come from controlling the world. It comes from mastering your mind, and that's how you win, not just the morning, but your entire life. You've just walked through 10 ancient practices adapted for the modern world. But remember, these aren't ideas to admire. They're habits to embody. Don't rush to master all 10 tomorrow. Start with one. Live it, breathe it, and if you fall off, begin again. Because the Stoics weren't perfect. They were practitioners, and so are you. If this video sparked something inside you, save it, rewatch it, share it. Not for algorithm's sake, but for your own alignment. And if you want more Stoic wisdom to rewire your life, subscribe. Because every week we drop timeless tools to make you calmer, stronger, and unshakably clear. Subscribe now, not just to follow another channel, but to join a movement of people taking back their mind. Until next time, be calm, be clear, be unshakable.